It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle Brothers, reminding us that we are better together.
Woo-hoo! Welcome to Kringle time, everyone.
I'm so good to be back. Oh
Oh,
my
I'm,
goodness.
you know, Charlie did a great job for you, but I am glad you're really back.
Well, Charlie, Charlie always has a seat here for us. So, you know what? We're just waiting to figure out how to get Charlie more involved because Charlie is the man.
Yes, he is. He's great. And hello, everybody. I'm your host,
Oh,
Michael, and
and I'm Herbie with a
it's,
bad mouse.
well, see, so Santa Allen's on, and Dave is on, and Oliver is on,
AJ's with us, and
oh, nice,
John,
and
and
John,
Charlie, and
and Doug. Which
yes,
I'm
Doug.
sure
Herbie
that
is back.
Jenny's got to be close behind.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Oliver's with us and Dave Denby. And oh my goodness, it's just so good to be back here. Well, what you been up to, Michael?
Prep. It's
Oh,
just one of
well,
those the getting some stuff done around the house, and then getting ready. I can't believe it's July, and I have all of these stuff starts happening this Saturday for me. So knock on wood. I think I'm ready. I've got some new routines help because of your help. I got my double stack cookie, you
yeah,
know.
that's awesome. Has everybody seen the double stack cookie?
I
Oops.
don't know.
I don't know, but we can show them really quickly. So
Well, I'd
here
look,
we go.
all
Here we
right.
go. So we have a cookie.
Now you know
One,
what? One Oreo cookie's good, but how are you
but
going to share with me if you only have one?
well, if you watch closely,
Oh,
you got
two
two.
cookies.
And then if you want to, you can always do this, and you're back to one.
We got to work on that illusion for you a little bit. But you know what? It was a good try. It was
Hey, for somebody who just got it last week and just started playing with it, so. But you know what?
much fun. Yeah, and how about you? How did the pageant stuff go?
Well, the
You've been
pageant
enjoying
was
it.
awesome. It was great to be down in Atlanta. It wasn't hot until like the last couple days of it. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see anybody because I was busy. I know Carl White wanted to reach out and I wanted to get in touch with Derek Dugan and stuff like that, but I just couldn't get everything all together. Sue Ratloff said she likes our hats. She wanted to see the top of them, so I went like this. So, again, Boston Scally. Great
Yep,
hats,
our
everyone.
patriotic Boston Scally hat for the fourth.
Oh, I'm froze again.
That's right. Just keep going. You'll unfreeze
I'm going to
eventually.
keep going. It's
Well,
kind of crazy.
it seems really crazy knowing how hot it is that you're freezing.
And John says, my little trick it plays well on my phone. Small screen makes the cookie almost appear gone.
Oh, fun.
So,
Well, you know what? Since July is almost here, I thought it would be really
July is
fun.
here. Today's the first.
Oh, yeah, I meant 4th of July.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. July's here, and 4th is almost here. It means Christmas in July. A lot of Santas are working it, and I know I've been asked the questions like, how do you get involved more with Christmas in July? So I thought that would be a fun topic for us to talk about, but I also thought it would be really good to do a little bit of history, backstory of Christmas in July.
that sounds amazing. So, teach me, Obi-Wan, all about Christmas in July.
Well, I was thinking that we could do this together because you know what? My first comment was the first Christmas in July was 1933. It is established with a camp. Keystone. Let me pull up my stuff here so I don't mess it up. In 1933 at Keystone Camp, it's a girls' summer camp in North Carolina. So we can blame it on North Carolina all this Christmas in July. But when you did some history, you found out that Christmas in July was at least mentioned before this, didn't you?
Well, what I found out was the first literary mention of Christmas in July came in 1892, and it was through a French adaptation of the opera Werther, which is based on Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's novel The Sorrows of Young Werther. In one scene, a character remarks, "When you sing Christmas in July, you rush the season."
Wow.
But I
See,
think
no,
you're
I had
right.
no idea that there was that the literary component was earlier than the camp. Because, I know in the camp, and I used to work for Spring Hill camps in between
Mhm.
summer and different things and programming and all of that. So you're always looking for new ideas. And the camp counselor here for the girls were awesome. They put up Christmas trees, they had a Santa arrive with gifts for all the girls, right? They sang Christmas carols around the campfire, right? Holiday feasts and gift exchanges, and they just celebrated Christmas at this campground, and it went over so well that they've been doing it. And if my understanding correctly, they still do it today.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that you can actually say they kicked everything off to keep it all going, and that's what makes it so amazing in itself. I mean, they believe that what a little Christmas spirit could brighten the middle of summer, and again, the tradition is still here.
Yeah. And I
But it's not just the camp. I mean, as we move forward, the next one I think is a little bit more interesting.
Well, the first, and then of course, movies helped Hollywood. In 1940, there was a comedy film named Christmas in July, directed by Preston Sturges, and it was released. So it wasn't necessarily a Christmas movie like you think of Miracle on 34th Street. And some of the stuff that I've learned from Doug that, they didn't even expect that to be a Christmas movie. But you know what? I don't want to wreck any of that. If you haven't read Doug's book, and you could, starting next month, Doug's having, like a reading club by chapter and discussion and working through it. So plug that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go to the Couple Clause page, and Doug will help you out with that. It's really good. So,
Good plug.
all of that. So the movie, it was a comedy. I got squirrel. I went off of my notes. Christmas in July, it was kind of like a love thing, you know what I mean? But they make that comment on it. And if you would like to see this movie, I found it on YouTube. And of course, since it's 1940, it's black and white.
But that's okay.
And just to let you know, I'm not going to put it up right now, but it'll come later. A lot of the stuff that we're sharing, because there's just a lot of concepts in marketing and different things that we're going to get to. So I typed it all up. So that way, instead of you trying to write it down or looking at it, we'll give you a QR code towards the end of the hour. And then in that list of QR code stuff, I've got the YouTube link. So if you'd like to go out, make some popcorn, sit around and watch Christmas in July, the 1940 black and white movie, you can do that. I got the link for you.
Well, that's awesome.
And you
That's
can enjoy
way
it.
to think. Way to think for everybody. Now, for me, I think World War II actually not only amplified the Christmas in July holiday message, but it also expanded the tradition because it was during World War II that the post office and a lot of other delivery services were trying to push. If you wanted to send Christmas presents to the soldiers and sailors overseas,
Yeah.
that they needed to start getting all these gifts to the post office by July
Yeah.
so they could all make it over there. And in 1942, there was a Calvary Baptist Church in Washington, D.C., who decided to hold a Christmas in July service, which was designed to collect gifts and donations for the servicemen and women and other charitable causes. So
That's cool.
you could see Christmas in July has always been always about giving and charity. And just as a reminder that we're just not kind of just, it's not all about just the winter months for us.
Yeah.
Christmas could be any time that you just got everything together for yourselves.
Yeah, and I also found that in the 1950s and the 60s, retail stores all of a sudden realized that people were willing to think about Christmas, a lot before December. And so then they started doing Christmas in July sales then in the 50s and 60s, clearance stuff, introducing some new ideas for decorations and that kind of stuff, offer early shopping discounts, which if you're a Santa, now's a great time to get ready for your season that's going to be so busy. So get your shopping done, wrap all your gifts, and put them nice away. One of the things that we tried to do too is get all of your Christmas cards done now. And so that way, the only thing you have to do when it comes time to mail them at Thanksgiving is put a stamp on it and they're done. You got it finished. And then any last minute notes or anything like that. But having the majority of it done now, prepping all of that now that's a good management skill.
Well, that is a good thought. I mean, that's something to keep in mind too, is because before you know it, you're going to wake up and it's going to be, oh my goodness, it's Christmas and my season starts in a week.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know about you, but there's not a whole lot of shopping time once November hits for me.
No. But
So I do end up giving my children gift cards, my girls. Oh, what would you like a gift card to? I love gift cards. All right. Well, that's
well, you know what? I mean, this is not about Christmas in July, but sometimes that is nicer than trying to figure out something. They could just go out and get what they want,
yeah. Well,
and it makes it a little bit better.
they asked me what do I want and I do like gift cards just because they run a lot of sales after Christmas, and so
Oh,
I always figure that I'm getting two gifts for the price of one.
exactly. Exactly. But going back to Christmas in July, probably the most influential area that Christmas in July has a great impact on is probably our southern hemisphere.
Oh yeah.
Because for like places like Australia, New Zealand, everything below the equator, July is like right in the middle of their winter.
So it's they get to celebrate all of the fun stuff that we like, the snowball
Exactly.
fights,
I
roasting
mean,
fires, and warm snuggles.
and mulled wine and Christmas carol singing and stuff like that.
And
And
wassail.
that
Why don't we make wassail? You know,
what the heck is that?
wassail. The isn't it how you say it? She always makes like cider apples.
Wassail.
Wassail, wassail, wassail.
Yeah, like, King Wenceslas was a
Yeah,
wassailing. That's wassailing.
wassail, wassail.
Wassail.
I liked it with all the cloves and stuff that's
Yeah.
in there. It's really good. And oranges. Yeah. All right. Never mind. All right. I got off on food.
But with Christmas in July, I think in all honesty is, even though that it's been around with us for what, almost 90 years, if you sit down and you think about it, it's 2006, so yeah, about 83 years right now, almost 90, whatever. Um, it still needs explanation because a lot of potential clients just don't understand the gimmick for it all.
Yeah.
And I think if you're looking to try to expand your event list or something like that, you really have to think outside of the box.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. And in fact, that's what all this list is.
Take a look at that
Two
list right
pages
there.
of lists that I've made, just that we could go over a little bit and to give you some ideas. So in other words, one of the things I wrote was Santa appearances. There's Santa, Santa shows up. I've got Christmas themed baseball games. I see more baseball games, especially minor leagues. And feeding. What do they call feeder teams?
Well, it's
Is that
farm
the right
teams.
term? Farm teams, feeder
Farm
teams,
teams, yeah.
farm teams, campgrounds, especially in Michigan. I mean, that's a lot of my visits in Christmas and July, and that component's growing for me, which I absolutely love. Charity drives. Back to made the comment, the church in D.C. back in. I want to say it was 42. Was it
Yeah,
42 that I started?
1942.
So that's still today. And then there's like Christmas in July. There's a golf outing. That's a Christmas in July theme. In the golf outing, it's all to raise money for our county. To buy Christmas gifts for children. And so I donate my time, which I'm all excited about it this year. I've got my new gig to help to try to raise a little bit of extra money. So if you're a golfer, here's my idea. I love it. So I bought a big yard set of Yahtzee dice, right? And I only need one dice, but they're big red dice. They're really cool. And so I'm on the turnaround. I'm on hole 10. And so when they come up and we've got a scene set up there for pictures with Santa, they have a choice that they can give a donation to help Santa with the gifts, right? And they can roll a dice, and whatever the dice hits on, they get 10 yards. So if they hit a 6, they get to tee off 60 yards ahead of the normal tee. So
Oh, wow.
and so a 5 or whatever they roll, a little chance thing, so it could be 10 yards. But I thought, oh, I might be able to raise that's what I'm doing for my contribution on the 10th hole. So that's what I'm raising. Santa's giving away yardage for your tee shot.
So on the 10th hole, how many yards is it to the hole from the tee box? Do you
I don't
know?
I don't know. It's a par 4. But what's cool about it is that the way there's a dog leg left on it, you literally would be able to tee on a spot where you could literally get close to the green on the first shot, if you got a 60 yard, on it. Some of those guys, it's like, how do they? All right, forget it. We're going off that.
Never going in golf.
So off of the thing, Hallmark is, go ahead and talk about Hallmark, because you found some stuff on Hallmark, didn't you?
But the thing is, too, is with Christmas in July, a lot of our media now is actually embracing Christmas in July. And Hallmark, for example, has come up. I believe the first one that they actually developed was in 2012, when the Hallmark Channel launched its annual Christmas in July programming event, which again, they basically use the entire month of July to air Christmas movies for Christmas in July. And they've actually also started filming or creating content for Christmas in July specifically. So I mean, a lot of times we're busy, and I know, for instance, like my wife loves, the Hallmark movies, and because of our schedule, you never get a chance to see them all. So it's a great opportunity to help you. It's funny. We finish the season, and then we kind of go into like a slight depression. And then when July comes up, we get all excited again because now it's all Christmas, 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 Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
And then by the time it's done, you have August. And then it's like, all right, only a few more months. So July, with this Christmas in July for me, helps me actually end up getting motivated for my season.
Cool. Now I know one of the things that I love, since I all of my new routines that I want to do for my
Mhm.
Santa show, I try to have them all written and done and ready for right now. So these next few weeks, I've got 6 shows this year. I I will literally do new routines that I've been working on, and then that way it gives me time to rewrite and go, that worked. Keep that one. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Get ready. You know what I mean? I've got to completely redo that. So I'm taking your idea of a cookie theme this year. So
Mhm.
I've got all this new stuff that I've been working on. So I can't wait. I'm excited about working the new routines, but it gives me that opportunity, and that's at campgrounds. For me. So those are some. How about if I bring up the list and we can start now? A couple different things that I'll say with marketing, and getting out there for Christmas in July. I I find that when it comes to November and December, people look for me.
Right.
Because they think, all right, we want Santa, right? And so, but when it comes to July, I have to do more knocking on doors, handing
Mhm.
out. We talked about our one sheet. So having your one sheet updated and ready, I think is important right now. So that way you can visit all of these places to let them know, well, have you ever thought about, Christmas in July? So if you got, campgrounds in your area, libraries. Last year I had some library shows because they run a reading program theme every year. Last year was Christmas in July, so my stuff completely fit into that. So and that's another whole opportunity for you as a library. So there's different opportunities for you now that you don't necessarily have in December, but there's a lot of crossover. But you've got to knock on the doors and let them know that you're willing and available, because they're not necessarily familiar with it. So that's why
Sure.
you're one sheet handing it out and going it. So
Well,
summer events.
before you get on the events now, why don't we go ahead and take this opportunity to run our first set of contributor
Oh yeah,
content,
good
and then
idea.
this way we could come back. Okay.
All right, you're so smart. I'm so glad you're back.
Since 1948, one suit defined Santa. Designed by Charles W. Howard and worn by the world-famous Santa Claus School. Worn for presidents, movies, parades, and the most magical moments in families' lives. This is not a costume, but finely tailored, hand-sewn clothing made in the USA. With expert cleaning, restoration, and storage services available, Santa and Company LLC makes Santa magical.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your Claus business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a Claus for the Claus community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
We're back.
Now, here's a question that Lewis actually submitted.
All right.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Herbie. Here's a question for you both. What does Santa Claus do with the other 364 days of the year?
Prep. There's always work to do, Lewis. Prep, right?
Well, you know
And
what's
there's the
funny is,
honeydew list, like hanging carpets, washing windows. You know.
well, I found this book. It's called the Santa Claus: The Secrets by Russell Ensey.
Uh-huh.
He's out of England, and he came up with an interesting concept. And this concept is, well, first of all, Lewis, as far as I know with my Santa, Santa doesn't deliver presents on just one day. Of course, we do have Christmas Eve. We also have Epiphany, and we also have St. Nicholas Day, that basically I make the rounds to deliver the Christmas gifts to the good boys and girls. But what this author came up with was something really imaginative for me. And one of it was, if we take out December, because it's all about the prep work and it's all about getting ready for Christmas, but what do you do in January? Well, January is usually a time to reflect, to put everything in order, because in February, I would have to go to the High Council of Elves and basically give them a report on how successful Christmas was this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we go into March and April, Mrs. Claus and I, we basically go on a little vacation. And then when we start getting into May and June, I take a job down here amongst the people so I can get an inside scoop as to what's going on and what everybody's thinking about. This way I can always keep an eye on my good boys and girls. Then when it comes time for July, as we're talking, we have Christmas and July events. But now we come into August. And in August, all the elves and the reindeer and everybody make their way back to the North Pole. And then we start prepping for Christmas all over again.
That's an interesting concept.
It is. It gave some validity to basically Lewis's question. What does a Claus do for 364 days? Now, of course, you can play with that. You can work it. And you can have all kinds of fun with it. But it kind of goes back to different things that we've discussed in the past. Yeah. Always keep your eyes and ears open, because you never know what little new piece of information can really invigorate your backstory. Well, but on to the events, and this is what we're here for.
All right, yeah. This is the list that we're going to talk about now. It's ideas to give you things that I do, things that I'm thinking would be fun to do in places. So community events. So I put down summer festivals.
That's a good one.
I put down county fairs.
Hmm.
farm markets, 4-H, all of those types of things, downtown Christmas in July celebrations, concerts in the park. We have a great concert in the park every Friday night, and so it would be, you can end up doing a guest appearance and that kind of thing. Community movie nights. I know there's a lot of people that do movies every Friday night, through the summer for kids. There's splash pads that we have now, and we got a brand new splash pad, so that's one of my things that I'm knocking on, trying to get a Santa time at the splash pad, to celebrate with kids. Car shows and craft fairs.
Hmm.
So those are any other community events you can think of that I didn't have on my list?
Well, I think you mentioned it earlier too. Is how cool would it be for Santa to make a special appearance at a library
Yep.
or to basically daycare centers? I mean, people still put their children into daycare centers because they're still working even during the summer months.
Yep.
But
I
at
can
the other
jump ahead on the list, and we can go to libraries and school.
well, why don't we just go ahead? Well, from a community aspect, though, is you have different parades. For example, you have a Fourth of July parade. You can always go out there. As you mentioned, farmers markets are highly desirable because why? You can actually take the time to walk through and have people, come up to you, get the adults, get your marketing material out there because you can generate other leads just from doing that.
Well, we did that at Santa Days.
Yeah, in Medina we did that.
I mean, they had all the Santas go down to the market, which is also the opening, and it was so much fun, to go through and all the people and seeing them, and then doing, naughty and nice cards and just visiting.
I mean, people get taken aback. If you're fortunate enough to, is contact like a movie theater, maybe on a Saturday morning or something. I mean, and this is just from a community standpoint. Set up in the lobby, do a little story time act, or go in because some movie theater chains run a Christmas in July aspect. They might show Elf, they might show National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, or different variety of movies as well.
Yeah. So sports teams. I got a sports team section here. There's, of course, we made the comment about minor league baseball, independent baseball leagues. There's a lot of county fairs and stuff will have games, that go on. There's soccer clubs. Hockey teams in our area, we have hockey teams, fan events and those types of things. So there's a lot of different sports events that are happening in the summer that you might be able to partner with.
But also too is take advantage if you're going to try to get yourself in with a sports team, whether it's on a professional level, semi-professional, or whatever level it is, and you have other skill sets. Michael was actually part of, what was it? Not the Spitfires. What was the ball team?
Traverse City Pit Spitters.
Pit Spitters. But what Michael actually ended up doing is he says, I sing. And when he submitted an audition, he actually sang the Star Spangled Banner. And guess what? They now asked Santa to sing the national anthem at the baseball game. So take the opportunity to think outside of the box, and you'll be able to go. I was fortunate enough to work for the Detroit Tigers organization the last couple of years, and I've worked as a solo with Mrs. Claus. Her and I both were out there, but last year we worked with a Grinch as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can put things together, especially if you're working with professional sports.
Yep. All right. Campgrounds and resorts. I've got KOA campgrounds, there's state campgrounds, there's RV resorts, there's family campgrounds, independent campgrounds, beach resort, lake resorts, water parks, resorts with family activities and directions. And so tons of campgrounds, summer camp for kids, in the area. There's a lot in our area in northern Michigan here, in that area. And so those are a lot of my gigs. So
Steve, for me, is I also hit up a lot of the photographers I work with at this time of the year. A lot of them are doing beach photos. And it gives you an opportunity to go out there, and it kind of changes up the theme of it. I mean, I know for myself, I have a sand-colored snowman I bring with me.
yes.
I also have the different Hawaiian shirts or swimsuit, and it's a lot of fun because It's just a different take. People aren't, children are dressed up in shorts and a white shirt or different types of clothing. They're not bogged down with the heavy dresses or suits and have to be on their best behavior.
Yeah, and I had an idea that I wanted to talk to a couple of my photographers with, going, wouldn't it be fun to do fishing with Santa?
Oh yeah.
Going down to the river and having kids come and yeah, I really like that
I
idea.
mean, I would love to see Santa in a pair of like red waders standing out there doing a little bit of fly fishing. I think it would be nostalgic. It would be pretty cool when you actually sit down and look at that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? Who is it? When we go to Bronner's, over in Frankenmuth, who's I'm trying to think of the guy that does the figurines that I love. Oh, Tom got me into them. I'm losing my head, but I've seen different things that he's done with figurines that Santa's doing, fishing, and there's all of these summer things that they've got figurines for, which is all right. Side note. All right, back on task, Cow. All right, tourist attractions in your area. There's zoos. Think about zoos, aquariums, adventure parks, miniature golf courses, amusement parks, family entertainment centers, historical villages. So there's a lot of where people are. You can help partner with that organization. That's back to take your one sheet that you've worked on to them and let them know that you're available. And I always like using the words when I talk to new people and I cold call like that, going, I'd love to partner with you. I'd love to help you. And so all of those things of helping and partnering, and then of course, and then doing it and truly following through with it, those are all great ideas.
Well, at the same time, too, though, is going back to our history. And as we said, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, department stores and variety of other stores started implementing Christmas in July to help people, one, get ready for the season, but to also help. Now, Scott Becker said it, Jim Shore.
Yes, that's it. I love Jim Shore. That's it. Thank you, Scott. You're awesome.
But what I was getting to is, as well, is, oh, I forgot my train of thought now.
I just got so excited over Jim Shore. Sorry, I didn't mean to do
No,
that.
no, no. Hey, don't be sorry. But what I was saying though is maybe you could go into some local toy stores or local like toy boutiques. And
Yes.
this is kind of the fun part too is talk to them and see as to whether or not you can do a little Christmas in July video for them to put on social media.
Yeah.
And you can maybe get paid. Wow, we both froze this time. Oh, there we go. But you can maybe, if they like it and it's successful, they can actually then recommend or ask you to come back for a pay gig during the season as well.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, the thing is like what we said earlier, is a lot of people know of Christmas in July, but they think it's a novelty. And you have to think outside of the box to try to get a little crazy outside of your comfort zone to make different things work for you.
Yeah, one of the things that when I'll be, Santa, what are you here for? And they'll make comments and it's going, it's not Christmas, Santa. And I went, but today is a perfect day to remind us to spread kindness and joy and love and care for each other. Wouldn't you agree? We don't have to do that just in one day of the year. We should do it every day of the year. And so that's my take to someone who kind of rebuttals that, what are you doing, Santa? It's July kind of stuff, But
Now, as Michael pointed out, the list that he came up with of the different events or ideas of different areas that you could go and experiment with or venture into will be also located with a QR code. So you can actually download the sheet so you can take a look at it.
Yep.
And then you can also keep a copy for yourself.
Well, one of the things that we made comments that in the summer there's racetracks, right? And so I've got our dad joke I want to run. So here's an opportunity.
Why does Santa work at the racetrack?
Because he likes to fast track Christmas.
Oh man, it would have been better if you guys popped out underneath a car or something.
Well, you know what? That was, Ted and the racing crew, and I've helped Ted out a few times with that. It's really fun. You know what I mean? Because what it is the guys are there doing the sound stuff. So the race cars can't go over a certain decibel, on the track. Otherwise, they get flagged and, all of that racing stuff, right? So Ted, literally, we take a reading on all the cars that are going by to make sure that if they're too high. And if they're breaking the sound barrier, Ted will always call in. He's going, car number 4, put him on the naughty list. And then you can hear him on the intercom. Car number 4, you need to back off, So, yeah, it's really kind of fun. But Ted always, yeah.
But you also, I mean, just by doing that, Ted basically judges or assesses the sound for these different races. But put yourself out there. There's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of festivals, a lot of food events. How cool would it be for Santa to be a judge?
Yeah, that's right. Volunteering, planting seeds for Christmas time, your November, December Christmas time. So it's a good thing to back into the community. We've talked about the business of Santa, and I love thinking it as the business of Santa and the benevolence of Santa. So it's a good practice with that, Yeah. So,
and also, there's one other place we didn't talk about too.
Yeah.
A lot of areas hold Renaissance fairs.
Yes.
Especially during the summer. Now, you don't have to be a paid actor that belongs to the Renaissance Festival. Thank you, Kathy. But how cool would it be to just go and appear as Santa? Because think about it. When you sit down, you look at like the Dickens, that would be right on the same wavelength almost. But even going back a few years earlier, Father Christmas would be very prevalent. So would Santa Claus and Saint Nicholas. So
yeah,
just kind of opens up your world to actually now portray slightly altered characters, but all have the same heart and the same mentality.
So then I'll throw out there senior citizen centers, nursing homes, rehab centers, children's hospitals. How great would it be, to come in and go, Santa's thinking of you. This was by accident. I mean, I'm not saying, plan this, but it was like, yeah, we'll just leave it alone. Okay. All right. Never mind. Squirrel. I'm not going to go there. So, okay. Retail stores. So we talked about the malls, because a lot of the bookstores and shows in the retail, also true restaurants, ice cream shops, those types of things, one of the stores, retail businesses that survived during the Depression were ice cream shops.
Yep.
So a lot of people will spend time at an ice cream shop if they're harder on a budget and they want to do something. They'll at least take the kids and go out and get an ice cream cone. So ice cream shops, are a great places. Church, nonprofits, we talked about that. Community picnics, vacation Bible schools. I had such a great time at our vacation Bible school this year. Santa was on the security. I had so much fun. All right, page 2.
Page 2 already.
You know what? Oh my gosh, it's already 22. So
I know.
All right, a couple more of these things, and then we'll help Wade and Scarlett with Santa Claus and give something away. All
exactly.
Right. All right. So there's fundraising opportunities. I wrote down toy drives, school booster clubs are doing things, animal shelters, children charities, food banks, community foundations. Those are all, all different things. Talk to the community people in your area, the general business stuff. So photographers, and we made comments with that, right? What else you can think of, Michael?
Well, there's just so many. Like I said, you just have to go out there. This is not, now we're talking about Christmas in July, but let's look at this also, Claus family. This is a great opportunity to start developing alternative characters as well.
Mm-hmm.
As Michael pointed out earlier, I mean, this is a great time to try different things. Doing reading circles, doing, as I said, going into different schools and trying out different personas. I mean, imagine going in looking like the fish, the fish stick guy.
The Gordon Fish guy.
Yeah. wearing the
I
yellow.
bought that. I want
I
to do
know.
that. The Gordon Fish guy.
But go ahead wearing the Gordon Fish guy or yellow slicker and telling stories of the oceans and the seas and
Arr, matey.
doing little different variations of say Moby Dick. But this is a great time for you to explore and work on other aspects of your Christmas persona
Yeah, just
because
opportunity, ideas, like generating ideas. Yeah.
oh yeah, and this what makes it so much fun because why? As Michael said, this is the time to start working on new things, new shtick, new ways to basically interact with your clientele. This is also a great opportunity now to not just look at events, but to take the time to start reaching out to your customers, start creating your marketing campaigns to generate additional leads as we go into the season instead of waiting until the last moment. I know many of you may already be booked for the entire season, but there's still a few out there that may have available dates and times. Oh, you just saw Peg Leg Michael
I
How
just saw. Yeah, I just. I walk like that without the peg. Sorry.
why don't we go ahead and run Santa's Closet and we'll do the trivia now.
All right, here we go.
Since its founding in 2004, Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
Woohoo!
Did that just say the Klaus experience?
The Claus experience.
The claws. I thought it had a British
Claus.
accent. Anyway.
All
All
right, so
right,
what are the
tonight's
rules?
trivia is brought to you by Santa's Closet. The rules are simple. You have to live in the United States or its territories. Basically, it means continental United States. And because we cannot ship overseas, unless, of course, you're very fortunate to have somebody who lives here with us that can actually ship it to you. Secondly, if you have one within the last, what do we say, 6 to 8 weeks? 8 weeks?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But you know what? If that's the case, I think it is 8 weeks. You are not eligible to participate. So, what that simply means is,
Just a reminder. So we need your first name, your last name, your address, and your T-shirt size in case Scarlett and Wade would like to give you a T-shirt. So send all that information to, if you're the winner, at kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. That's kringlebrothers2@gmail.com.
and since you've been with us this long, and you'd like to hear more about what we do and what we like to talk about, please follow us and like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube at the Kringle Brothers.
All right. So are we ready for the trivia question?
I believe we are ready for the trivia question.
Right.
I am manning YouTube. I am manning Facebook. Let's roll, Mr. Howe.
All right. The question tonight is, what country started the Christmas stamp tradition in 1998? What country started the Christmas stamp tradition in 1998? Bum, bum, bum.
Everybody's typing in the computer. Let's see who got it faster.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. What country started the Christmas stamp tradition in 1998? And this has got like a dual meaning. We'll go over the dual meaning later. Why I chose that.
Oh, we do have a winner. It's, let's see here. I want to make sure. It is Santa Greg Glaspie.
Yay, Santa Greg got it right. And the answer is Canada. What country started the Christmas stamp tradition in 1998? Canada. And I thought that would be a great question because today's July 1st, which is, guess what? It's the Canada Day.
Oh, Canada.
You know what? So I just thought that was awesome. So if you would, Greg, just a quick reminder, please send us your first name, last name, your address, and your shirt size to kringlebrothers2@gmail.com, and we'll forward that information to Wade, and they'll get, and they're really good about getting prizes out right away.
Yeah, they're wonderful. And again, if you guys need anything, check out Santa's Closet because they have a little bit of everything. And if you're interested in scally caps, they got some of those too.
Yeah, so let's see. We talked about fundraiser opportunities. We talked about photographs, promotions, corporate events. You know, corporate people, they have a lot of picnics to celebrate their staff and stuff now. So go to, don't be timid. Go to that going, hey, would you, depending on when they do their picnic, would you like Santa to come and then do a show for the children? Which is awesome. So customer appreciation, employee family days, company Christmas parties held in July, grand openings. I was able to do that in the middle of summer when the toy store in our town opened. I was a part of the ribbon cutting, for them, which was really, really fun. So a lot of corporate stuff. And then I put just stuff for us that hopefully will generate ideas for you. In Michigan, we have unique things that happen. We talked about festivals. We've got the blueberry and the cherry. We got Coast Guard festivals. We got Harbor Day celebrations, lighthouses, a lot of lighthouses in Michigan that go on. And they're Christmas tree farms. Promotions and early bookings in tourist towns along lake shores. Any of those types of things. There's tons of. I know our county representative in the state of Michigan for the government. They always send out for us. All of the fairs that are happening in the towns in the county. So it's like, ooh, that's a great sheet because now you've got that contact information. To be able to take your one sheet that we've talked about and then go knock on some doors and just say, I'm here and I'd like to partner with you and help create special moments.
Well, I think also too is this would be a great opportunity to actually solicit from your clientele video chats, live chats, Zoom calls, or FaceTime calls, because how cool would it be for Santa to check in on children, not just at Christmas, but throughout the whole year?
Awesome.
So
yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I mean, all I was just going to say is, again, think outside of the box, and I'm sure that you're going to come up with some great ideas on your own, and it's going to make your jobs a lot easier and a lot more fun.
Yeah. So it's just one of those, this is just a list of an idea list. So not only for Christmas in July, it's a good list to think about November and December and visits that you might want to do. Sometimes just the encouragement of thinking outside the box, not to get, and then the other thing I guess I would really emphasize and to encourage you is that this is where you need to knock on doors. Because like I said, November and December, a lot of times people are looking for you. And this is a time for you to look for them.
Exactly.
So
now, just to kind of switch gears here, I just want to say to all those that went to the Wondrous Women of Christmas over this past weekend, I hope you had a very good time by looking at the videos and the pictures. It seemed it was an awesome event.
yeah.
For those who are going to Branson in the month of July, be safe, be careful. I mean, we're going to talk before then, but that's just a few weeks away before you're at School of Santas, and I know Spangle will always have surprises for you.
Yeah.
What else is coming up, Michael?
Well, August there's Northern Lights. So I know Charlie and I are going. Unfortunately, you're already booked, and then you're not coming with us. But Charlie and I will be going to Northern Lights. So I'm excited about that. That's one of my bucket list items, And
we also have a Red Suit Conclave here in the state of Michigan, the very first weekend in August. I believe it's August 1st and 2nd?
Correct.
And this is a great event. If you're in the area, it's a free event. All you need to do is pay for your lodging. But the classes and the fellowship is wonderful, and it's free.
It's my favorite 4-letter F word.
It is. Now,
I would always say that to my middle school kids, and they would like, you want to hear my favorite 4-letter F word? And they go,
Now, what is going on tomorrow night, Michael?
oh, yeah. We're practicing. Yes, last week we did our sign language class, Christmas signs, that Retha so graciously came and helped us. And so we're taking the list and signs that she did, and tomorrow's our first practice from 6 to 7. And also, too, on Monday, the 6th, and Thursday the 9th. So all of them are on our Facebook page in the events section, and the registration link is there. The different link depending on what day. And I limited the registrations to 30 for the Zoom chat for practicing. So that way, if there's questions, everyone gets a chance to make sure that you're practicing your signs and doing your best. Because Santa's watching you, Yeah. All right. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Well,
Did I
no,
put
that
that
I
in the
mean,
notes? I think I did.
well, you did in the various places. That's why I was just trying to hit it all together before we get cut off like we happened a couple weeks ago.
Oh, all right. When I do that. Well, before in that case, let's go ahead and show the. If you don't use it, you don't practice it, and you forget it. So this is just to help you practice a little bit, so you don't forget. I thought it'd be good to have some days to
Well,
practice.
ASL is kind of like storytelling. It's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a skill set that needs to be practiced in front of people.
Well, it's a different language. It's conceptual. It's different than how we're talking. You know, just with Amslam and different things. But we'll save that for tomorrow night. So that'll be good. But so if you have an opportunity, you're free one of those days, please sign up. I do think there's only like one spot left for tomorrow night. But there's plenty of spots left. I think there's only like 6 or 7 people signed up on Monday, and then Thursday's only got like 1 or 2. So next week, Monday and Thursday for practice is there. Come to all 3, or just sign up to the one that you want. We'll be doing the same thing in all of them, practicing what Retha showed us. So
Now remember, this is 6 to 7 Eastern Standard Time, so it's a lot earlier than what we go on for Kringle time itself. So
Yep.
just and we want to be very courteous of your time. So just give us an hour for practice, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, we didn't want to. I didn't want a conflict with other people who are trying to share information. Just wanted it, So yeah, so that's awesome. Anything else, Herbie? It's hard to
No.
believe that our hour is almost done.
I know, but I just want to say thank you to the TNL Production Network, Bob, Scott, Spangle, and Angela, and to our TNL Network family, because you are all wonderful, and we are one big, giant, happy family.
Yeah, to Larry and to Roger and to Wade and Scarlett, thank you so much for the seeds that you sow into the community. We so appreciate it big time. And a major big thank you to who?
Our lovely wives, Linda and Stacy. Without their support and them just letting us play, we would not be here with you today.
And to you for checking in with us. We appreciate you following. And you guys are awesome.
So, any other questions out there? I'm just kind of going to go through the chat here real quick. Let's see if there's any other questions.
If we missed anything. Be there the 14th.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I think let's go ahead.
I mean, Bill Corbett said, thanks for letting everyone know that we're celebrating our day. Of course, our Canadian brothers and sisters are important to us.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and run this. And, of course, we'll have a little bit of afterglow party.
Of course we will.
Whoa, party.
Well, there's still a couple questions that came in before you get wild and crazy on me.
All right.
Hempus13 asks, is sign language video on YouTube? Yes, if you go to the Kringle Brothers on YouTube, you can watch last week's episode on sign language itself. Santa Doug said, happy 4th to you guys. And all that are watching, be safe.
Yes.
And then, of course, we do have Santa Alan. You can post the ALS on your YouTube page for later viewing. Yes, we already took care of that, Alan. So, all right, Michael.
And then there's the Mid-Tennessee Santa Family Workshop. I think that's an event that's coming up, isn't it?
I guess I don't know about that one, but we can get more information. Oh, yes, it is. It's coming, I believe, the third weekend of July. I think it runs in conjunction with SOS, but this is Middle Tennessee Santa Family Workshop. That's the one that you and I did last year.
I know, we had so much fun.
That was a blast last year.
So, all right. So, what do you call bears that have no ears?
What do you call bears that have no ears? I don't know what.
B.
Oh my goodness.
Bears, ears are in there, and then so if you take the ears away, it's only a B left. B.
Yep. That's why they like honey.
Yeah.
All right. Michael, what do we say when we leave the show?
Oh, we say, until we meet again, may your days be jolly and your heart shine bright.
And may the magic of Christmas fill every aspect of your life.
And remember to be good for goodness sake.
Spread joy and share kindness to all you see.
Merry Christmas.